Hi, good evening. My name is Renee Porter, and I'm so glad that you've joined us this evening. We have a great and a very exciting agenda for this evening. Again, my name is Renee Porter. I'm with Juice Plus, and I would like to just share just briefly a moment with you to tell you why Juice Plus is important to me. My husband and I were on a health and wellness journey and have continued on it. And recently we came upon Juice Plus and the health benefits and the research and all the good information about Juice Plus, and we got really excited about it. So we signed up as customers. And as a result, we have enjoyed more better sleep at night. My husband has been able to reduce his blood pressure medication, all these wonderful benefits that we've had. So we've opened this up tonight to be able to share with you and your family and loved ones how you can also enjoy a better wellness journey and move toward better health. So with that, I'm going to introduce Sharon Farah. She has been with Juice Plus and is a leader in this organization for more than 20 years. And Sharon has a wealth of information and a lot of exciting stories to share with you this evening. So Sharon, thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, Renee. I just love seeing all your beautiful faces. Thanks for joining us. Okay, I'm going to try to encapsulate for you what all I have learned through this company and our network of professionals for the last 21 years, okay? So our company's mission is to inspire healthy living around the world. And we really do this by living the mission ourselves and inspiring people to make one simple change at a time. So tonight we want you just to absorb what the why is behind a lot of things, and we hope that you'll make one simple change along with us. Here is my family up at the top, and so it's been a journey raising these kids. You know, one of them's special needs and is doing great, and we've just had a lot of different things that we've learned along the way, and it's really helped keep our family so healthy over the years, where it's great to be on the wellness side of things. So let's talk about statistics, okay? We're going to spend just a short amount of time on statistics, and the fact is that Americans are not all that healthy. So we don't want to have mediocre health. We want to have good health, right? Unfortunately, we have heart disease, cancer, diabetes, obesity, and you can see the statistics are not great. And of course, we don't think that we're ever going to fit into any of those categories, right? We always think we're invincible, but probably we all have someone in our family that's touched by these different diseases and disorders. And, it really affects the whole family. It's not just that one person, it affects everybody in the family. So we want to be aware of that. Our children at this point, Dr. David Katz says, are more harmed by poor diet than by exposure to drugs, alcohol, and tobacco combined. And they might actually have a shorter lifespan than us. So it's really, really important to look at what's going on. One thing is environmental toxins are increasing, and we don't have a lot of control over that. And so we need to control the things that we can. Some examples are at the bottom: pollution, water contaminants, pesticides, over-the-counter drugs, chemicals, skincare, hair care, plastics. So you just want to do whatever you can to try not to put a burden on your own kidneys, lungs, liver, things like that, so trying to keep as pure as possible. And then food quality is decreasing. So even if we were eating super healthy, overall, the key nutrients are not as healthy as they used to be, in fruits and vegetables. And then a lot of Americans are eating processed foods because that's what's on the shelves. That's what can last a long time in the stores. And then people are lining up for fast food also. And so, unfortunately, we're taking in some things that help alter the food to last longer, but it's not necessarily what's great for us. And you can see that with preservatives, flavor enhancers, genetic modification, trans fats, artificial colors, stuff like that, right? And so, what can we do to be healthier? Let's talk about the core things. Exercise. Exercise detoxes you. It actually gives you more energy. If you exercise, you actually feel like you can do so much more in the day. Even 10 minutes of brisk walking will get you like 2 hours of more energy. Sleeping, 7 to 8 hours. That's when our body recoups, and regenerates. And so we need to have our good sleep. Managing stress, these are very stressful times, and stress is like a silent killer. So we've got to do things to de-stress, and self-care is a big deal nowadays, right? So we've got to make sure we're doing that because we are most likely all undergoing a lot of stress. Drinking water, we're supposed to drink half our body weight in ounces of water a day. So if you're drinking a lot of caffeine, you want to have more water. If you're out in the hot sun, more water all day long. It's a detoxifier, and it hydrates your cells. If you're drinking like a diet soda all day, that's how you're hydrating your cells. That's not great. And then using safer products, we kind of may have touched on that a little bit. There's some options there, to find some safer products so that you're not taking in as many toxins from the environment. And then we're going to really focus on eating real food, because a lot of diseases and disorders can really be prevented or helped by eating real food. And that's what we're going to focus on. The major thrust of healthier living is fruits and vegetables. We have to eat more fruits and vegetables. The experts agree that most diseases are preventable with good nutrition, and that is good nutrition, the foundation. We need to have about 7 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables every day. I'd love for you to put in the chat what fruits and vegetables you had today. That would be awesome. Wouldn't it be awesome to see? Uh-oh, Christina's like, duh, I don't know about that. Okay, you don't have to do that. But just know that 7 servings is a child's minimum in America. Minimum, all right? Not maximum, minimum. And then 13 is men who exercise. That's their minimum. So we fall in the middle somewhere, all right? Probably closer to the 13 than the 7, right? So we need to eat lots of servings of fruits and vegetables a day. It's really, really hard. And why so many? Because the produce is picked early. You see the green bananas on the shelf, and then they're trucked, for a long time. So you don't even know when they've picked some of the produce, because they also might irradiate or gas them so they look better, or wax them. There's different things they do. And so we don't also get the variety, like the blues, the purples, the reds, the orange, the green, the white, the yellow. So it's important to eat those different colors because they do different things in the body too. Well, there's 2 things I want you to know about fruits and vegetables. I love the why behind things. One of the whys is oxidative stress. Okay, so we're all undergoing oxidative stress, not the same as the stress I was just talking about, but it's oxidative stress is when your body's just breathing, metabolizing. There's a byproduct, and that's called free radicals or mutagenic oxidants. And those are hitting on your good cells, 10,000 oxidative hits a day. It's like standing in front of an X-ray machine. There's some damage that we're all undergoing, and that's what leads to earlier aging. Like, we don't want to age earlier. We all are going to age, but we don't want to age earlier. And then it also leads to mutation of cells. So those oxidative hits are hitting on your skin cells, your brain cells. You don't want your brain cells hit on with oxidative stress. You can look up any disease or disorder and look up oxidative stress. And the higher your oxidative stress is, the higher your chances of some kind of disease or disorder. So we want to calm that down. Well, to calm that down, you have to have antioxidants. And so that comes from fruits and vegetables. That's the most important thing I think you guys need to learn tonight, is that what happens is you have a certain amount of oxidative stress. You have to have the same amount of antioxidants to neutralize those oxidative hits on our cells. We don't think about our cells while we're sitting here. We think about what's our next thing we have to do, or what's happening in the background with my dog, whatever. So, those are the things we think about. We don't think about, oh, I need to neutralize my oxidative stress. So I want you to think about that, though. The next time there's a choice between a fruit or vegetable and something else, make sure you're at least eating the fruit or vegetable, because that's not going to hurt you to have some extra calories from fruits and vegetables ever. So it's always a good thing. So number 1 thing to know is oxidative stress. Number 2 is to know that from fruits and vegetables is where you get your vitamins. I didn't know that growing up. I thought it was in a pill, that somebody gave me. And I really loved vitamin C with rose hips. I don't even know what rose hips are, but though it was so good. But really, the vitamin C is just one nutrient out of 10,000 that would be in this apple. So if I only ate the vitamin C, I'd be missing the 9,999 other good things that are in the apple. And then there's different fruits and vegetables. They all have about 10,000 nutrients. So in tomato, there's lycopene, but there's 12,455 nutrients. They've counted them. They're not all named and put into a multivitamin. In fact, only about 30 isolated nutrients, including minerals, are put into a multivitamin. So you're missing the other nutrients, the thousands of nutrients that would be in the fruit or vegetable if you're trying to bridge the gap with something that barely scratches the surface, which would be the multivitamin. Okay. So on the right is a page of 25 of what's in an apple. Like that's how many nutrients are in the apple or the kale or the peach or the papaya or the spinach. So keep that in mind when you know that you're not eating right. People take a vitamin, right? Well, there's something better, and that's what I'm going to share with you. So fruits and vegetables are very, very important, and that's why the news isn't that they're good for you, it's that they're so good they could save your life. That's what Time Magazine says. So a lot of times you'll see people trying to get all those servings. What do? They try to juice, right? To get all those servings because maybe they've been diagnosed with a disease. Like say you were diagnosed with cancer. Here's the American Cancer Society poster saying, eat more fruits and vegetables, eat the variety to reduce your risk, right? So they used to have like, watch for fast growing moles, stop smoking, things like that. And then they realized that fruits and vegetables would be a proactive thing to do because of the oxidative stress that's happening in the body, things like that. That every day that you don't have enough fruits and vegetables is like standing in front of an x-ray machine. Well, this would help, right? If we ate all kinds of a variety of fruits and vegetables. Well, I'm going to be excited to share with you my solution that we came upon. So before is at the top. That's my before picture when I was about 32, I believe. And I had no idea about nutrition. I was a junk food eater, fast food eater, M&M's, Coke helped me make it through graduate school. But I was super run down. And then I had bumps on the backs of my arms, tops of my legs, and oops, okay. And so I just had these things going on and I was so tired. And I would be so tired just going on like a 3-hour drive to my mom's house. I'd have to pull off the side of the road to actually sleep. And so it was just poor nutrition. You know, I wasn't fueling my body like we would fuel a car with the proper, gas, right? It was like putting water into the gas tank. There wasn't any nutrients going into this gas tank. So my friend introduced me to something called Juice Plus, which is fruits and vegetables in a capsule. And she was so excited. And she had come from a family of juicers who, so she understood the power of whole food nutrition. And she was nodding a lot. And I'm like, okay, sign me up. I had no idea that it would be so great, but it was. I ended up no longer as tired. I have a lot more vitality now in my 50s than I ever did in my 20s and 30s. And it really was very key in keeping my family healthy. I used it as a prenatal. And then that last picture, the bottom picture, is I actually felt so good about the changes I was making, not just Juice Plus, but some of the other products that I'm going to share with you. And over time, changing some of the different habits, that at age 40, I felt good about being pregnant. I had really gone through some simple changes, we call them. So when the OBGYN was like, okay, you're 40, that's not good, basically. He's saying my eggs are old, I was advanced age, all this. I'm like, listen, buddy, I'm so much healthier than before, as you guys can see. And so anyway, she was fine and everything. And so, I really feel like you can turn your health around by your daily habits. Well, the great daily habit that I've incorporated for the last 21 years is fruits, veggies, berries, and a capsule. And now, do I want to take them every day? Do I feel like popping capsules? Not necessarily, but I make myself because I know about the oxidative stress and the other research behind Juice Plus. And I've seen so many thousands of stories of people that have been helped. So basically, you've got the fruit blend, which has all those fruits and vegetables. They're raw. They're vine ripened. There's no herbicides, pesticides, heavy metals, mold, bacteria, things like that. And then you've got the garden blend, same thing with, as far as all that I just listed. And then you've got the berry blend. So when you do take Juice Plus, you take 2 capsules of each, or you take 4 yummy gummy chewables of each, and you've had all that produce that has been pulverized for you and then reduced to concentrated powders and then put into our bodies easily. It's one of the easiest yet most significant things you could do for your body. And look at all the colors, like the blues and the purples are good for the brain and circulation. The greens are good for iron and calcium, and also the blues and purples are good for heart. And fruits and vegetables are good for a lot of things, digestion, your microbiome, all kinds of things. Well, also, I don't know why that slides in that order. Okay, so I'm going to skip that one. Okay, remind me to come back to that. That was just really weird. Okay, so my second simple change that I made back then, which I continue to love every day, and I meant to make one tonight too, is starting the day with an awesome smoothie, which has a lot of fiber, a lot of plant protein. And if you've watched any documentaries lately, you want to increase plants as much as you can in your diet. It really just helps make you healthier, and you want to start your day with fiber, and throughout the day eat things that have fiber. Well, plants are where it's at. Okay, so this is an awesome vanilla or chocolate smoothie that has ancient grains. It has water washed soy, which is edamame basically. It has mushrooms, which I would never eat if you gave it to me, but in this yummy chocolate shake that I put like peanut butter, banana, ice, and I make it so good. I eat it every day. And then there's sprouts, there's all kinds of good things. And so this is the second simple change I've made. It's helped keep my hormones regulated. Also, both of the Juice Plus products, and I'm sure other simple changes I've made as well. And then we have plant-based omegas. So I'm just outlining for you what all Juice Plus has and what we actually take. And this is great for all parts of the body, omegas in general. And you want to have your omegas be at a place in which you're not having so many bad fats that you don't have enough good fats. That would be unbalanced, and also you'd have more inflammation in your body. So you want to have the good fats, and this is a way to get them. And it's really good. It doesn't have the fishy burps. So all of these I call tools to help bridge that gap between what we might eat sometimes and what we should eat, a lot of times. And I'm sure we don't eat every day. So it just really helps to even things out for us, to increase our plants, increase our nutrients that we need. It's like the oil in the car. The fruits, the veggies, the berries are like the oil in the car. You might forget about the oil in the car for a while, but your engine's going to burn if you don't change your oil, right? So we've got to make sure our engines don't burn out. And then the complete is like putting gas in the car. That's like your one really, really good meal that that you've had a really good meal that day. And then the omega is your healthy fats. Okay, so Juice Plus is totally unique. There's thousands of products out there. What makes Juice Plus unique are 3 things. It's a food. It's not a multivitamin, so it has a food label. Number 2, it has a certification that it's safe. Not a lot of products do, okay? They are a third party that comes in. They're not-for-profit agency. They come in like the FDA, and they look to make sure that everything that's on the label is in the product and vice versa, and that there's no banned substances, no mold, bacteria, things like that. And then number 3 is what really got me excited. I had a research background. So when I started to look at the research behind Juice Plus, I was like, this is solid. This is good. P-values and all that good stuff that I had learned in graduate school. And then we've got major universities and medical centers that have really tested Juice Plus on people. A lot of products might say that they have research, but sometimes it's borrowed research. It's not actually on the product. It's maybe on a berry or an orange or on kale or whatever. It's not actually on the name brand that you might be inquiring about. This research at these universities and medical centers are on the name brand product Juice Plus. And it's a breadth of research that has happened for the last 25 years. And so many of the studies are randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled crossover studies, which is the gold standard for doctors. That's why thousands of our doctors recommend Juice Plus, including Dr. Richard Du Bois, who says there's nothing else available any place in the world with or without a prescription that's been clinically proven to do what Juice Plus has been proven to do. And I've seen it through and through with the research. The research is incredible. You can read about it on our website, juiceplus.com. And so, number one, actually, I like to start at the bottom here. It's absorbed by the body. Okay. Number two, it reduces that oxidative stress that I keep trying to hammer home with you guys. Within 28 days, your oxidative stress is down by 75%. Because your oxidative stress is down and those mutagenic oxidants are no longer hitting on your good cells, you now have healthier DNA. Your DNA is not, it doesn't have as much strand breakage. Don't we want that, right? And then a healthier immune system. I like to say, who doesn't want a better immune system, right? And then healthier skin and gums. These are all research studies that back this information. Healthier lung function or pulmonary function. And then there's lots of heart studies. There's at least 5. And then reduction of inflammation, better quality of life. We've got a study with ovarian cancer patients, all kinds of things like that. Well, I'm going to ask Debbie DeJesse to share why she loves Juice Plus and also why she recommends it as a healthcare professional. So I guess we'll stay on this slide if that's okay, Debbie.
Perfect.
Great.
Hi, thanks a lot for having me on tonight. Being a nurse, of course, the research really spoke to me when I first looked at this. And I wasn't really looking for a solution for myself. But in hearing about this product, I was thrilled with the opportunity to share one of my grandchildren with the family health study. In the beginning of your slides, you mentioned about the current generation having such a poor diet that their longevity is going to be affected. And my 12-year-old granddaughter at the time had been hospitalized on several occasions due to chronic constipation. And she basically, if it didn't come from a drive-through or a box, didn't eat it. So I said, well, I can't control everything that she does or doesn't eat, but I can add to it and supplement what her diet is and hopefully make a positive impact. And with being the family health study, I took advantage and said, I always felt my diet was pretty good. I didn't have a weight problem. My numbers were always pretty healthy. But my husband wasn't a big fan of eating green stuff or his vegetables. So I said, well, great, I can benefit twice by doing that. And it's just amazing to me, the impact and the difference that I've seen. Little did I know, about a year later, I ended up having to have major surgery, which has resulted in me having a paralyzed vocal cord. And so the diet that I thought was pretty good, all of a sudden went away. And being a nurse, I try to practice what I preach. So I said, okay, well, I guess I'm going to lean on this more and utilize this as my diet until I can go back to the way it was. Well, I would never give this up because the benefits that I personally have seen, the healing, and all of the changes that were subtle that I never would have imagined, many of the things Sharon mentioned, better sleep, skin, digestion, energy, I mean, and the list goes on and on and on, have just been so impactful. So I went from focusing on sick care to focusing on well care. And it really brings me a lot of joy to be able to help other people see the benefit. I also love the company because of the fact that there is such a great support system that helps us learn. We don't all have to be healthcare professionals to benefit from their research. And they even offer once a year at their conferences for healthcare providers to get continuing education through some of the studies that they have been promoting. And so that gives us even a better clinical picture of all of the benefits that they continue to see. So it's been 5 years since I've been taking this, and I would never change that. And it's funny, this morning I was having a conversation with somebody to wrap it up. And we were talking about, of all things, the earthquake that happened in Haiti recently and why there's such destruction. And I said, well, they don't really have building codes and they don't use the same building materials we do. And then I thought, wow, that's a good analogy for what we put in our bodies. You know, we can't always avoid the storm. We can't always avoid the stress, but we certainly can set ourselves up to weather that storm better by supporting our body functionality. So hopefully that's been helpful, and I'm happy to answer any questions, but I do encourage you to look further into it because this is a great product. Thanks, Sharon.
Thank you so much, Debbie. Okay, I'm trying to work on my controls here. Okay. I wanted to tell you about one more product, which everybody loves. I see Debbie just smiling right away when I show the Tower Garden. The Tower Garden brings such joy. I've got two. These are not mine. These are, we bought this actually for my mother-in-law in North Carolina. And I just love that it's by the pool or it's on the balcony. They keep switching it around. But it's a great gift for other people too, to see their joy. Tower Garden is a way to grow your own fruits, not fruits and vegetables, but mostly vegetables and herbs with less water because it recycles, and you also don't forget to water your plants, which is good. That was always my problem. And it's vertical, so it doesn't take up a lot of space, you know. It only goes up and down, and then it actually has more yield than a regular dirt garden. It grows faster, and it's safe and nutritious. So this is another way that we just want to remind everybody, you know, to eat more fruits and vegetables and herbs. And this would be raw, vine ripened, under your own control, no herbicides and pesticides, no genetic modification. So we're all about having as many plants in our body every single day. So your habits are really what's going to make, you know, your life really the optimal health. So in my opinion, these are things that can help you with optimal health. Now, it's not the Starbucks to the right or Dunkin' Donuts or whatever that is. That's not for the optimal health. That's reality, though, that many of us, including myself, love it, love it, love it, and are spending $4 or more for that. So, you know, sometimes it's just a matter of thinking, okay, how am I investing in my own health? Because health is the real wealth. You know, if you don't have your health, you really can't do a whole lot, right? And so sometimes we don't put ourselves at that priority, but we might go get the coffee, right? So Juice Plus is really just like $2.50 a day. And actually children can receive it for free, age 4 through 18, and undergraduate and college. And they've had great results, less doctor visits, less over-the-counter medications. They eat more fruits and vegetables because now they're taking them in either in capsule or chewable form. And then the complete shake, which I live off of, and I wish I had it in college for just $2.33 a serving, to have a complete meal, really, once you add things to it. It's wonderful. You put it in a blender with some kind of plant milk, we suggest, or something. We can help you with that. Then you've really had more of a complete meal, and it's so healthy for $2.33. And then the omega is like $1 a day. So it's really affordable, especially if you're thinking fruits and vegetables, thinking about your grocery budget. These are our grocery items. And then, you know, the more good nutrition you take in, the better results. Because once you take in that good nutrition, the body knows what to do with it. The body knows how to operate better with better nutrition. So I encourage you to get started on some or all of our Juice Plus products. And then we have some free things that we would love for you to plug into. We have personalized support, live health events like this, online accountability groups. We're having something called the Shred in September, where we do 10 different guidelines for 10 days. And it's really good. And you learn a lot from other people. There's like 1,000 people in that group. So I encourage you to at least get in that group if you want to learn. And we have webinars, we have workouts. And so anyway, we have lots more. So get with the person who invited you to this so that you can tap into all that. So I just wanted to say thank you for joining us. And Renee will give you any last words if you're still there.
I am here. Thank you. Sharon, you did a great job. Debbie, thanks for your insight and your background and experience. We were so excited to hear about that. And I just appreciate everybody this evening. We recommend that you get back to the person that invited you to this call to learn more about Juice Plus and see how you can get started on your journey with one simple change. So thank you, team.
Awesome.